All right, in this video, we're going to take a look at percent. So make sure you put today's date in the upper right-hand corner of your notes. So when you think of percent, let's just take a look at a number. Let's say 20%. A lot of times you'll see it with like discounts or sales when you're shopping. This symbol here is your percent symbol, remember? So 20%, if I write that in word form, is 20%. Let's break down that word percent because it's per cent. So cent, remember, means 100. It's another way of saying 100. The way to think about that is like a century is 100 years. So really, this is 20 per 100. So percent means out of 100. So we can write that as a fraction. As a fraction, it's 20 out of 100. As a decimal, it's 0.20 or 0 and 20 hundredths. So what we're going to look at today is converting between these different forms from fractions to decimals to percents and vice versa. So we're going to start with fractions. Turn those into decimals. And then turn those decimals into percents or percent. So let's say we had 10 over 100. That's our fraction that we're starting with. To turn that into a decimal, we take the top number and divide it by the bottom number. So we're just dividing top number by bottom number. So 10 divided by 100 is 0.1. To get that into a percentage, you take this number and you multiply it by 100. So 0.1 times 100 is 10, which gives me 10%. We can also go the other way, where we go from a percentage to a fraction. So let's say we start with 25%. To turn that into a decimal, you divide by 100. So you take 25 divided by 100, that gives you 0 and 25 hundredths, or 0.25. To convert that into a fraction, you use place value and then you write it as a fraction. So the place value here, we're looking at the 5, because you look at the last digit when you're doing place value. So the way we say that number is 0 and 25 hundredths. So that means 25 out of 100.